Right, giving all the praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kodash. I'm gonna make this short and quick, Lord willing. Pretty much we all know what's going on over there in Colorado, over there in America, the state of Colorado. We see how well, you call them illegal immigrants, the Venezuelans. They're basically Israelites, and you're talking about, and it's a gang. The name of the gang, I forget the name of it, but it's got like originally 5,000 members, or Aguaro or Duaro or something like that. That's the name of the gang. I forget the name of it, but we know that is increasing. They pretty much flooded Colorado and they're taking over buildings. Donald J. Trump spoke about it. He actually said that at one of his rally conferences. He actually said, "You see what the Venezuelans, how they took over the building, and they got the military, they got the guns, they got the real guns. They've looted out the gun stores, right? They got the real the real techs, the big techs, the big techie guns, the sticks, and they're taking over buildings, right? They're forcing the residents of the buildings to pay them rent, right? They're evicting people and putting their own people up in there. Do you understand? And that's what these are these gang affiliate of Venezuelans, what Esau or America calls illegal immigrants. That's what they're doing. Okay, and it's not being put on mainstream media at all. But what's happening is that the governor of Colorado, he's actually saying it's not as bad as they're trying to make it out to be. The mayor of Colorado, apparently, from what's been said, he's saying that yeah, it is bad, but the governor of Colorado, he's saying there's not much of a big deal. If I can bring it out, sorry, it's on X, on tweet, right? A Colorado governor is now denying what's happening with Venezuela migrant gangs. The governor says that there is not an issue and that is fake news. So he's saying one thing. So it's the governor, Jared Polis, that's his name, caused doubt on the extent of Venezuelan gang violence alleged in Aurora, slamming elected city officials for spreading false news. Right? So the different mayors, he's basically saying they're spreading false news and urging them to refrain from stoking public fears, reported by Fox News, right? Also, lawmakers in Colorado are calling the gangs political football, pretending nothing major is happening. So you have the governor saying one thing, then it's not a big deal. I mean, of course he's going to say that because they're trying to suppress the reality of the situation, right? But then you have the mayors, the lower ranking guys in Colorado. Everyone's bringing it out. You seen the footage. Obviously, some people are saying this, some people are saying that, but the amount of testimonies that come forth, and people even in the comment section are straight up saying that yeah, this is real. I'm in Colorado. I'm from Colorado, and this is real. It's actually frightening. It's actually happening, man. Right? But it's, like I said, it's not being put on the mainstream media. We know the governor, come on, man, he's bought and paid for. He's gonna say that. So naturally, if it's not being put on, you could literally you could wake up one day and all hell could be breaking loose, right? All around you, and you don't know how the hell it got there because nothing was put on mainstream media. And why do you think they're trying to? Why do you think they're trying to censorize X? Why do you think they're trying to censorize X? Because people are waking up. And what did Elon Musk say? He said see all these globalists, these people that are with this whole club, the globalist club, they're gonna do everything they can to persecute anybody or stop anybody, should I say, from knowing the truth. They're waking up to their agenda. So that's what I'm saying. That's why they're trying to shut down all these social media platforms. That's what this guy, the CEO of Rumble, he's on the run, right? He legged it, man, because he saw how your boy or the CEO of Telegram, he got arrested, man. He got kidnapped, man. As soon as he, I believe, as soon as he stepped off the airplane, when he got kidnapped straight away, right? Arrested him, say he gonna take him to court. He could be facing 20 years, but they released him just the other day. They released him just the other day, man. Right? But they got him under wraps. They follow him. They tagged him. He can't. Damn, they can't leave the country. Do you understand? So you see how they're trying to suppress what's really happening, and we know it's the Lord that's doing this. The Lord is bringing the sword upon America right now. We see that, and this gang, this Venezuelan gang, they don't play. They're like, what is it, the M16 gang of Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, or the M16 gang, if I'm not mistaken. One of the Mexican gang, the main Mexican gangs. The Venezuelans are like them on steroids, man. They don't play. Okay? Like, and also rumors are actually having it that the Hell's Angels are coming down to tackle the Venezuelans, man. And down there in Colorado, the gang down there. Now that's rumor. Certain things were put up on X, and they're saying, oh, that's some old video from way back when. Well, but there's certain rumors having it where, they gonna come down again. What's that? That's war. That's bloodshed. But if I can just bring this out right here, because there's a lot of rumors going around. One people saying this, some people saying, that. But according to what's being said on X from people that do live in Colorado, saying that it is real. So, if I can just bring up, this is Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. Right, so naturally what we're supposed to do is detach ourselves from the shadow of this world, the shadow of this age, and connect ourselves back unto the Heavenly Father again, right? And that's basically us delivering our soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. So it says, at least your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. So we're hearing all these rumors of war, not just internationally over there in, the Middle East between the Palestinians and the IDF, the Hezbollah, Ukraine, so forth and so on. But we're also hearing about domestic civil war, right? For the rumor that ye shall hear, that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land. And so we're hearing about violence. We're hearing about violent gangs taking over Colorado, right? It says ruler against ruler. So we're seeing that. We're seeing a pretty much a difference of perspective from the mayors of Colorado and the lawmakers and the governor of Colorado himself. So we're seeing that, man, right? Ruler against ruler. And if I can just bring this out, this is Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. We always bring this out. So it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, right? The spirit of violence, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force. So the Heavenly Father, his wrath is being shown through these violent gangs, and everything else that you see happening in America. You're right. The floodings that's happening within the different states. We're seeing, what else are we seeing? We're seeing heat waves, right? Twisters, tornadoes, hurricanes, right? We're seeing it all. So it says, and appease the wrath of him that made them. So believe it or not, when you see all this destruction happening within America, all this chaos and all this pretty much anarchy that's happening, this division, this great division that you're seeing within there, that's pretty much the wrath. That's appeasing the wrath of the Heavenly Father. That's making them feel happy, because the Most High is angry with the wicked. He's angry with America. Why? Because of what America has done to his chosen people, the Israelites. This is fire and hail, famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. The teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and it says, and the sword. And the sword. So the modern day sword is what? The guns, right? The big text, all them. I'm not really familiar with the different forms of guns, but that would be the modern day sword. So it says, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction, right? Because at the end of the day, when you look at the people of Colorado, I believe according to statistics, over 60% of the people in Colorado, they voted for Kamala Harris to be their new president. So now they're getting exactly what they asked for, because Kamala Harris, we all know, she's pro-right. She's far right, to the right wing. But she's all about that globalist stuff, right? Pro immigrants, pro lockdowns, pro globalist agenda to the fullest. She's all about that, confiscating people's guns. She's talking about that's another thing, because she actually said it, that if she gets into presidency, she wants to confiscate the guns. I believe if so basically that's what she's saying. She wants to. It's a good idea for her to confiscate, to disarm the people. While is underneath her, pretty much the immigrants are coming in. They're looting all these weapon stores, these gun stores. While so she wants to disarm the people, just like in Hurricane Katrina. What happened in Hurricane Katrina over there in New Orleans? You had the military, the police going around going from door to door, bursting into people's houses, taking their weaponries, their guns, right? Obviously, I believe they gave them back at the end, but that's what they were doing, okay? And their excuse for doing that was because of the hurricane, stupidly enough. But there you go, there you have it. So they're gonna do it again, and we all know by history, whenever the American government has sought to disarm the people, it was always because they didn't want any backlash back. They didn't want any resistance when they come in to do the takeover. When they come in to do that takeover, right? They don't want any resistance, just like what they did to the Sioux Indians in was it the Battle of Wounded Knee, when the American military at the time, or the cavalry, whatever you call the armed men, the forces of America, they came and they pretty much took the weaponries of the native Indians, right? In the name of safety. And then right after they disarmed the Sioux Indians, what happened, which is our people, the Israelites, what happened? They slaughtered them, 297, I believe, 200 women and children, and the rest of them were men. Slaughtered them. So so there you go, there you have it, right? So we're seeing that. So this is all the plagues of the Heavenly Father. This is all spirits of vengeance. The Most High's plague in America with violence, right? Chaos, division, anarchy. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife. So strife, that's what we're seeing. And sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked. So right, so all the people in Colorado, all the people in America in general, you're wicked. Okay? You're wicked. You've seen the men, your prophets out there in the highways and byways, you've ignored them. The men that come in the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You saw them out there in your streets and you've completely ignored them. So now guess what? The Lord is bringing his plague in America, as we've been seeing ever since that solar eclipse took place. I believe it was in April, if I'm not mistaken. February, April. The solar eclipse that took place, right? We're seeing nothing but plague after plague after plague within America. So there you go, there you have it. If I can just bring this out, because these are all spirits, right? Strife among their kings. It says that's in Isaiah chapter 19. When you go into the GNT version, it says there will be strife among their kings. So we're seeing that between the mayor and the governor of Colorado. We're seeing strife. We're seeing strife over there in Florida concerning the Florida lawmakers, where they banned lab-grown meat, GMO meat. And then now you've got Kill Gates. He's basically saying that he wants to jam them up, man. He wants to jam up Florida and sue them. Okay, because of that, he's saying it's unconstitutional to ban fake meat. So you see that seeing strife among the kings. This is Job chapter 1, verse 13. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabians, right? The Sabians are descendants of Ham. Okay, they're actually the son of Cush. They're descendants of Cush, Cushites. They're actually Cushites, which is one of the sons of Ham, because Ham had a few sons. So we know that the Sabians are descendants of Ham. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So there you go, there you have it. Because when you actually read the whole chapter itself, Satan came in the form of the Sabians. Satan came into the Sabians and slaughtered Job's servants. And that's them gangs, man. That the Heavenly Father's bringing in what the sword, calamity, strife upon the household of America. So that's Satan. The spirits of vengeance that the Lord is plaguing, and there you go, you have it, right? Last precept I'm gonna close out because I didn't want to. It's a bit lengthy. This is 2nd Ezra's chapter 16. So it says 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? Talking about these last days, because we're coming into some serious, tribulous, and perilous, and dangerous, severe, and austere times. That's the times that we're in, and it's going to get increasingly worse. So it says, this is the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, civil wars. So we're hearing rumors of all these things. And the powers shall stand in fear. And the powers are standing in fear, right? You can see in certain politicians bugging out, like I believe the Prime Minister of Sweden. She's saying, listen, man, unless immigrants are looking to, merge into Swedish culture, we don't want you here. So you see certain politicians, they're picking sides. Everybody's gonna have to pick a side. All these rulers are gonna say if you're down with the agenda or you're not. So all the powers are standing in fear, because when you look over at Poland now, Poland is clean. They actually discussed a law to put their military on the borders of Poland to make sure no immigrants come in, and even to fire ammunition at anybody trying to cross the border illegally, right? So you're seeing a complete division among the powers that be, right? So it says, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish, right? So that's what we're seeing, are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So people are not going to be mindful that all these scourges, all these plagues that we're seeing is literally coming a direct result from the Heavenly Father's wrath. They're not going to consider it and turn and acknowledge that what they're doing is wicked. It's not favoring, it's not pleasing to the Heavenly Father, right? Then, which means what? And for you to know that, means you have to adhere to the prophets, because they're going to show you where you're going off. They're going to show you in the scriptures where you're going off. And but we're seeing that the majority of people, they've chosen death, and so the judgments are going to get worse as a result. But anyway, just with that, shalom.